Hey guys, in this video we're going to be comparing Plano and Frisco, probably the top two suburbs in Dallas. So if you want to get a better idea on which one will best fit your needs, then continue watching. Before we start, if you are new to the channel, my name is Shanza. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And this is the Life in Dallas channel where we talk about all things living in the Dallas metro. This is all what my channel is about. And if you guys need any help with buying or selling, or if you have any questions about the area or relocation, then I'm your girl. You can contact me through my phone, my email, through my Instagram. All my contacts will be in the description box below. Now let's get started. So Frisco and Plano are both located north of Dallas, and it takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes if there's no traffic to get to downtown Dallas from Plano. But then Frisco is slightly further north from that, and it will take about 40-ish minutes without traffic. And both are conveniently located near the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. You got the Dallas North Tollway that runs through Frisco, and then you have the other tollway that runs on the bottom, which is the Sam Rayburn tollway, so you can't escape the toll roads over there. I personally hate toll roads, but we're not talking about me. And Plano actually has two major highways that run through it, which is the Dallas North Tollway, and then the other one is I-75. So Plano's population is about 290,000 people. Frisco, 230,000 people. Now Plano is slightly bigger. It's 72 square miles, and then Frisco is 69 square miles, so just like literally the 3 square miles difference. The median household income in Plano is 120,000, and then in Frisco it's 150,000. Now these are just rough estimates. Now Plano is much older than Frisco. Plano is much more established. There's much more established neighborhoods. There's neighborhoods that date back to like the 1980s, 1970s even. And a lot of those homes that you would see in Plano are going to be renovated, okay? And in fact, there's a lot of like investors who look in the Plano area to do some fix and flips just to get some investments. They go in the Plano area. Also Airbnbs, they do that in Plano a lot. And, you know, Plano doesn't have that much of a strict building codes. Plano does not have, you know, like I said, Plano is very much established, so there's not really much room for new construction over there, okay? It did have like a couple new construction communities, but very few compared to Frisco, whereas there's like tons of new construction communities. And Plano is divided into like 3 little sections. You got West Plano, you got Central Plano, and then you got East Plano. And East Plano is where you kind of have the more established homes. Like as you go to east from west side, you know, it's just gonna get newer. Typically, not always. Like, there are newer parts in East Plano. So West Plano is where you have the major corporations. This is where you're gonna have like McAfee, JP Morgan, Frito-Lay, and other major corporations over there. And then you have shopping centers on the west side as well. This is where you're gonna have the Legacy West, which is a high-end shopping outlet. Here we have like Tory Burch, we have Gucci, we have Lululemon, just tons more. And then in this same area, you have the Legacy Food Hall, which is a famous food hall that literally everybody and their mom goes to, and it's like a 3-story cafeteria. I call it the mall of food. You know, they have bars there. You can grab a drink, you can get some sweets, you can have Italian, you can have Mediterranean, vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options as well. Just a whole bunch of variety of foods there. Majority of the footage that I'm going to be showing you guys is going to be in the winter time, because I went there during the winter and I just took videos of it. So yeah, that's why you see the Christmas decorations. And plus I wanted to show you guys how well these places are decorated through the holiday season. And there's also the boardwalk at Granite Park, which is a collection of waterfront restaurants and a very chill spot. You know, you can bring your kids as well too. They have an area for kids to play. It's decorated very nicely during the holiday season. I went there a couple of times and it was nice. Not to mention the shops at Legacy. Oh my god, literally hundreds and hundreds of shops. It's just an outdoor outlet place where there's just shops and restaurants as well, salons surrounded by housing such as apartments as well. And then you also have like a park there, and you know, with a lot of walking trails as well for people that live there. So that's a convenient place to live in. And then we have the Willow Bend Mall. It's a really cool mall. I really like the restaurants that are there. I really like the inside layout of Willow Bend. I always used to go to Willow Bend, so that's a really dope place that you can go. You can find some high-end shopping there as well. And that is, I mean, when it comes to shopping, you guys, that whole Legacy West area is where everybody comes to. When it comes to shopping, Plano takes the crown. All throughout Plano, you have like plazas, you have like ethnic grocery stores, you have tons of restaurants. Oh my god, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of restaurants in Plano, you guys. And like I said, they have a lot of ethnic spots as well, along with, like, for example, they have like a plaza where there's everything Korean and East Asian, and then they'll have another plaza where there's everything like Indian and Pakistani, and then there's another plaza where there's like everything Nigerian and African foods and restaurants. So there's a lot of that going on over there in Plano. Plano also there's a lot of like mosques, temples, and other places of worship in Plano. There's heavy communities of different religious groups there as well. Plano actually has over 85 parks. That is insane. So if you're somebody who likes going outdoors, if you're somebody who likes hiking, biking, all that kind of stuff, know that you'll be able to find it in Plano. Now, the most famous park is the Oak Point Park, which is over 800 acres. There's a pond here for fishing. There's hiking here as well, along with other activities. Like they have zip lining, and then they have like a whole pavement where you can walk around like the whole park, and just several other activities that you can do here. There are people that have picnics over here, you know, roller skating, rollerblading, just taking their pets out for a walk. And Plano has a beautiful downtown in East Plano, almost coming into Central Plano. And this downtown has been voted some of the best downtowns at some point. And I can honestly tell why, because there's tons to do here. There's nice mom and pop shops. There's nice restaurants. It's decorated really good during the holidays. And you know, they have like salons, they have like boutiques. I believe they have antiques as well. It's in the area. They also have tons of housing there as well, tons of apartments. And then right there you have the interurban railway as well. It's like a historic preservation, nice little place to go to and just check it out. So just know that Plano is just much more established. It has much more things to do. It has more parks. This is where you're gonna find the big trees, the more established homes if you like older homes. So that's what you're gonna get in Plano. Versus in Frisco. Frisco is fairly new. Like 25-30 years ago, there was barely anything in Frisco. I believe in the last 10 years it went up like over 100% in population. Frisco is very much a new suburb, okay? It started developing rapidly in the past decade or so. And like literally 25-30 years ago, there was nothing happening in Frisco. But now you got major corporations over there. You got the Dallas Cowboys headquartered there. You have sports leagues over there as well. I'm not too much of a sports fan. You're not going to find those big established trees and like forest-like places in Frisco than like you would in Plano. And you know, Frisco is still being developed. There's still tons of development left for it. So it's still in the process of that versus Plano, which is pretty much all developed. So yeah, Frisco, amazing place. So if you want something new and shiny, then Frisco is your area. Frisco is like some master plan suburb versus Plano, which is kind of just started developing over time, and they just kind of went with the flow. So Frisco, they have much more stricter building codes, so you'll have more freedom in Plano versus Frisco. I mean, they're kind of strict. They want everything to be conforming. I mean, I don't blame it, because that does raise the value of Frisco. 7 professional sports teams call Frisco their home. They also have multiple world-class athletic facilities, prestigious medical and sport rehabilitation centers. The Star District is actually the Dallas Cowboys headquarters, which is also in Frisco. It contains office spaces, a football field inside, and there's one outside for the public to use, along with restaurants and bars, club, I believe. So this is definitely a hot spot. 10 minutes north from here, you are going to have the PGA America's World Headquarters, going to be over 600 acres, you guys, within a 2,000 acre development. It's going to be a mixed use facility that will be home to 2 championship golf courses, so that is major. They also have the Dr. Pepper Ballpark, which is a baseball park home to the Frisco Rough Riders, which is a minor league baseball team. And this stadium seats over 10,000 people, which is amazing. They also have several events here as well. They also have the Toyota Stadium, home to FC Dallas, which is an American professional soccer club based in Dallas. This is also a multi-purpose facility. Frisco has like about like 50-ish parks. You have the Commons Park, which accommodates to different ages of children. There's nice trails, pavilions. There's a catch and release fish pond over there as well. And then you can also play sports outside. This is really nice to just enjoy a couple of hours of your day. Now we do have the Stonebriar Center, and the Stonebriar Center is like a major mall in Frisco. Stonebriar Center has like over 100 stores. You got Nordstrom, you got Dillard's, you have Barnes and Noble, Aldo, you got Dick's Sporting Goods, you got Finish Line, you got just a tons of shops. They have Kidzania as well, which is basically like a big play area for kids where they can like pick different professions and do that for the whole day if they want to be like police officers or firefighters. So it's a really cool area for them to go to. The whole Stonebriar area, there's tons of shops all around that, just not in the mall. Tons of restaurants. Oh my god, just strips and strips of restaurants over there. And then you have things for kids to do as well. And it's like 5-6 minutes away from Legacy West, you guys. So that is amazing. How cool is that? You're going to be right next to Stonebriar, and then you can take advantage of all the pop-in areas in the Legacy West. Frisco also has a nice downtown with several shops, and then it has the Frisco Square near there as well, which is like a city hall where they host several events throughout the year. They have shops and restaurants, and you know, so many people go here. It's not nearly as big as Plano, but you know, it's really nice. Just tons of areas and recreational centers where you can play sports of literally any kind. Frisco is very sports dense, so if you are a sports person, then I trust me, you're probably gonna like Frisco better than you're gonna like Plano. Frisco was actually the #1 place to raise an athlete. So if your child likes sports and wants to be a professional, then by the way, if you guys are liking this content, then make sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe if you guys want more content like this. It really helps me and motivates me make more content for you guys. Frisco is still developing, so there's still a lot of development coming through for Frisco. It's much newer, so if you like new and shiny Frisco, you are going to be closer to Lake Lewisville. They just have a nice setup going on over there. They get picnics, they got parks. People at the lake, they jet ski, they have boats, they just do tons of cool things, you guys. So that's a good thing that you're closer to the lake. Frisco is like 9.8% more expensive than Plano. We also have major corporations in Frisco as well. Tons of job opportunities. We have Oracle, MoneyGram, WJ Logistics, we have Dairy.com, we have tons more. Moving on to the neighborhoods, first that we have is the Grove, which is Frisco's most popular, we're one of the most popular neighborhoods. Now construction started here in 2018, so this is a fairly new community. Now prices here range from around $500,000 to over $1 million. And the fact that they're not even done building this, they still have several phases that are yet to be released. They also have townhomes that are being built. Usually these type of communities are in homeowners associations, and they typically take care of like the upkeeping of the neighborhood. They take care of like the landscaping around the neighborhood and make it look very sleek. They provide amenities for you guys as well. So there's a major difference between HOA communities versus non-HOA communities. Next up we have is Chapel Creek neighborhood, which is a older neighborhood of Frisco, one of the most prestigious neighborhoods that they have over there. And these homes have like this old world classical European architecture that, you know, is popular among many luxury homes in Dallas. They're surrounded by creeks and trees and ponds and parks and walking and biking trails here as well. And the homes here are typically over 800,000 to like around 3.3 million. So, you know, this neighborhood, like I mentioned, is slightly older, so you can see the more established trees here that we have compared to like the houses that we saw in the Grove. This is the Preston Gables neighborhood, and prices here range from the 300,000 to slightly over 400,000. Now this is actually one of Plano's older neighborhoods as well. It dates back to 1993. You can tell because these trees are like mid-sized, almost big trees. And you know, this community is not an HOA community, so you can really tell the difference between like HOA communities versus non-HOA communities because they have like this non-conforming exteriors. Like all the houses kind of look different and just different styles. Most of the times non-HOA neighborhoods don't have parks, some do. Moving on to Plano, this neighborhood is actually a very old neighborhood in Plano. It dates back to the 1980s, if not further than that. And prices here range from around 300,000 to over 400. Now, probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago, the prices started in like the mid 200s or the 200s. But you know, prices have gone up dramatically, guys. But you know, most of these homes are renovated inside. So a very well-established neighborhood with these huge trees, and I personally like huge trees. I just don't like when they come crashing up on our house. This is the White Rock Creek Estates, which is one of Plano's most popular neighborhoods. It offers over 50 homes ranging from around the 800,000s to over 1.7 million. They also have generous lot sizes averaging between like half an acre and an acre. This is Lakeside on Preston, which is also one of Plano's older, most prestigious neighborhoods, and prices here range from over 700,000 to around 2.8 million. It has this beautiful pond area with so many beautiful ducks. Here, this community also has several amenities as well, like they have like a clubhouse and pools and parks as well here. Now the school district, which is the deciding factor for many families. Now the school district in Frisco versus Plano, both highly rated schools. Okay, look up the schools on Great Schools, highly rated schools. According to niche.com, the top 5 school districts in Collin County are number 1, Lovejoy ISD. If you don't know about Lovejoy ISD, watch my Fairview video, watch my Lucas video, because those 2 cities come into Lovejoy ISD, okay? Number 2, we have Frisco. And then number 3 is Allen. I also have a video on Allen if you guys want more information about that. Number 4 is Prosper, and number 5 is Plano. So it's still in the top 5. It still has very highly ranked schools, but the only thing is that some have like different deciding factors of where they rank. There's a lot of outside factors aside from test scores that play a factor in the rating. So just because a school is rated like a 7, that it's so horrible. Frisco has like over 10 high schools. I was so mistaken. I thought it only had a couple, but that was actually Plano that had a couple. Like, you would think Plano is more established, they would have more high schools, but no, Plano only has 3 high schools that are divided. Then you got Plano East, you got Plano West, and then you got this high school in Central Plano. So there's more students in Plano High School than there would be in some of these Frisco high schools. So it really just depends on where in Frisco and where in Plano that you live in, because the school ratings are not the same everywhere. So both suburbs are great in my opinion. You know, I have friends that live in Frisco, and then I myself used to live in Plano. You know, Plano, there's just a bunch more things to do. It's more established. I love the big trees. I love the more established neighborhoods and parks. Frisco, it's a master plan suburb. Looks more sleek. You won't see a lot of roads with potholes, if any at all. Okay, the roads are very well kept. Neighborhoods are new. The schools are newer as well. Those are slightly just higher rated. So I hope that this video helped you guys out even a little bit to understanding the differences or the similarities between these 2 suburbs. And if you guys have any questions, or if I forgot to mention anything, make sure to leave it down in the comment box below, and make sure to check out the rest of my video, you guys, because I go all around the suburbs, go to different cities, showing you guys around the places, around the neighborhoods, telling you guys information about different cities as well. So make sure you guys check out the rest of my videos. Make sure to leave a like and hit the subscribe and help your girl out. And don't forget to reach out to me if you guys have any questions, concerns, or if you need help with buying and selling. I would be more than happy to help. All my contacts will be in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.